Okay, so looking at Star Fox Command here, yeah, it's an interesting enough game made for the Nintendo DS. Um, I mean, overall, I like it. It's Star Fox, so not what to say there. It's a little bit different, mainly just because the motion controls you need to get used to those, which I'll show you that. It takes place after Star Fox 64 and after the GameCube ones, I believe as well. Basically, the Star Fox team has kind of drifted apart, and they face a new threat from a new enemy that has invaded the system. Which you see in our little intro here. Yeah, a new alien race known as the Anglers and the Angler Emperor, who come from Venom. So gameplay is kind of interesting because I mean it's kind of like a strategy, regular Star Fox game hybrid. And I'll just give you a quick example of this here. The dialogue's delivered to you in usual style for Nintendo DS, with showing, still characters and some text there. Now, the way the fights work is it's a grid-based battle system here, where, you have your ship, and then you have your mothership, and then you have your character, which in this case is Fox, but you get other characters as well that you can use. You move along to enemies here. Oh, no, actually, it's an allied base, my mistake. We'll move along toward one of the enemies, which would be those red dots there instead. As you see, they make their way toward me. When you run into them, you engage in combat here. Now, combat, it's pretty straightforward. And you use the buttons to attack, and you use the motion control, the stylus on the bottom screen to direct yourself. You spin around real quick, you can do a barrel roll, which puts a shield up. You can fire lasers here at enemies. And the basic idea is always the same. Once you encounter an enemy, you try and defeat them within the set amount of time there, before, the timer runs out. That's the base objective in most missions there. One thing that I do like about this game is the fact that it does mix up a little, it brings back a lot of old characters. There's one part called Pigma's Revenge, where Pigma comes back and Fox gets all of his team members back. You run into Falco, Crystal, and all the other characters. What's most interesting about this game is the fact that there is multiple endings to it, and not most of them are more good endings, but and some of them kind of just vary in how good or not good the ending is. But the addition of multiple endings, again, that's kind of a nice thing too, because they had that in some of the earlier Star Fox games, but they kind of took that out for Star Fox 64, for instance. You didn't really see that one as much. Some of the earlier ones for I think it was the Super Nintendo had a couple of different endings as well there. But yeah, you engage in combat, you take out all the enemies, which taking out most of them here. Let me see if I can get this last one. There we go. Yeah, everyone's been destroyed, so I won that particular battle. And you're scored on how well you did. And that's really the basic gist of the game there. And you get points that you collect for the battles, and then you advance on. So the game is fun. Honestly, I'll admit, I don't like the gameplay style as much as some of the other games, just because of the whole combination of motion controls, combining motion control with playing a shooter. It's a little bit awkward to me, so I'm not as big a fan of it. Some people are okay with it, some aren't. I don't know if you'll like it. It's just kind of something you'd have to personally try out, to be honest with you. See, there's not really a whole lot of strategy to this, but the fact that they tried to add some strategy does make it kind of cool there. Let me check here. But I mean, the game can be fun, and really the best thing I can suggest is just test it out and see how you like it. the fact that they included multiple endings is one neat feature that I do like a lot. Because, you know, and if you enjoy the game, that does give you incentive to replay through it just to see all the different endings there are, and there is quite a few as well. Yeah, so that's it for the Star Fox command there. Maybe I'll talk more about this game later if people are interested in all. But yeah, and if you have any questions, thoughts, or opinions, definitely feel free to comment my video and ask me. I always welcome feedback. If you like the video, please feel free to like it, you know, share my video or subscribe to my channel. And I'll definitely be talking about more games like this soon. Alright, and thanks again.